What's good, chat, yo? We about to jump into this, what is it called again? Cop get bust for lying in May court. Some random shit. Not crazy. I got my son in the room with me. I got my nieces and nephews out in the other room, so I'll be jumping up in and out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. But I'll leave it playing when I jump out because I think I've seen this one already. So let's get into it.
Officer have a right to search your vehicle if the officer in fact thought that there was a smell of marijuana. The case law is clear. If there is a smell of marijuana, all right, this is set for a motion to suppress. State, are you ready with witnesses?
No, Your Honor. The witness that we named, Officer Lucio, formerly worked for Hollywood Park, Hill Country Village PD, but no longer does it. He now works for Windcrest PD. I did not learn this information until Friday afternoon and was not able to request Officer Lucio to be present. State requests a reset. If the court denies it, we'll discuss witness.
All right, then what I'll do is this case is coming back this afternoon at 1:30, and it's going to proceed at 1:30. So you have to 1:30 to obtain your witness.
So,
Thank you, Judge. My copy issues to 1:30.
The case of State versus Simeon Alexander Neville reveals a troubling instance of an officer's lack of credibility undermining a legal proceeding. In this case, Officer Lucio, formerly of Hill Country Village PD, stopped Neville for speeding, a valid reason confirmed by Neville's admission on the dashcam footage to driving 47 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour zone. However, the officer's claim of smelling marijuana, which he used to justify searching Neville's vehicle, raised red flags. The court noted that during the initial interaction, which lasted several minutes, Lucio never mentioned marijuana. Only after returning to his vehicle, making phone calls, and stating, "I need PC for this vehicle," did he claim to detect the smell of marijuana upon returning to Neville's car. The court interpreted PC as probable cause, suggesting Lucio was seeking a pretext to search rather than relying on genuine observations. This inconsistency led the judge to question the officer's truthfulness, highlighting how credibility is paramount in legal proceedings.
The record in 2024 CR 011124, State versus Simeon Alexander Nevels. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
and pursue.
For the defense?
Robert Mauer for defendant, Your Honor.
A lot of hype around this new plugin. It's called Co-Producer.
And are you Mr. Nevels?
Yes, sir.
All right. So yesterday we had a hearing on a motion to suppress. The officer was called as a witness and you were also called as a witness. The state entered into evidence without objection, State's Exhibit number 1, which is a DVD of the stop of the vehicle and also the entirety of the interaction with the officer on the date of the alleged offense. And counsel, if you could give that to the court reporter so they can have it in their record, please. All right, the court reviewed State's Exhibit number 1 last night, and also I reviewed it again this morning to make sure. There's a lot of coming from that room. All right. The court reviewed it again this morning just to make sure that I had everything that I was looking for with regard to State's Exhibit number 1 and also with regard to both the testimony of yourself and of the officer. All right. The court. That's a lot of noise. All right. When looking at the DVD and bearing in mind watching State's Exhibit number 1, also reviewing mentally the testimony of yourself and the officer, this is what the court finds. The stop was a legal stop. The stop was for speeding. On State's Exhibit number 1, you admit to going over the speed limit. The officer informed you of what the speed limit was. You informed the officer what you thought the speed limit was, but you admitted to the 47 miles per hour and I believe it was a 30 mile per hour zone. Then the next question becomes, did the officer have a right to search your vehicle if the officer in fact thought that there was a smell of marijuana? The case law is clear. If there is a smell of marijuana, an officer is allowed to search the vehicle. They are allowed specifically to search the trunk if they so choose to search your trunk. In this case, they searched the trunk and they found what they believe to be illegal substances. So the next question for the court becomes whether witnesses are credible or not. What the court viewed in State's Exhibit number 1, and if someone is objecting to what the court viewed and what the court is about to say, what is in State's Exhibit number 1, please do not hesitate to let the court know. You are pulled over. You're at an apartment complex. You tell the officer that you are there to see your girlfriend. The officer discusses with you, as he has a flashlight looking in your vehicle, the reason for the stop, which is for the speeding, which you agreed you were speeding. The officer asks for your insurance and driver's license. You tell the officer that you have your insurance information on your phone, but you would like to speak with your girlfriend. The officer asks why you would like to speak with your girlfriend, and you state to him because, and I'm summarizing here, you state with him because your girlfriend was expecting you, and you just want to let your girlfriend know what is occurring. The officer tells you not to do that. You continue to look on your phone for your insurance. You tell the officer, I promise you, I do have insurance, but I got the insurance online, and I am looking for it. The officer continues to speak with you, and this goes on for several minutes. During that first contact with the officer does not mention whatsoever any smell of marijuana. The officer then leaves your vehicle and goes back to his vehicle and says he wants to check on something. The officer enters his vehicle, and there are phone calls that are coming into him, and he's making phone calls out. On his screen that is in his vehicle, it appears to the court that he is running the vehicle. The court is unable to view exactly what is on the screen because the writing is very small and the video is not great. But when he runs your vehicle, the court sees that there are green lettering throughout the screen. And he's clicking on a button, and as he clicks on the button, the screen continues to go to what the court is assuming the next page, and that is green. He remains in the vehicle. Another call comes in, and then either he sends a call out or a call comes in to him, and he lets them know what's going on, and he says in the phone, I need PC for this vehicle. Then, once he requests PC for the vehicle, then I see the screen again, and all of a sudden, the screen comes up with a bunch of red writing. The court is making an assumption because neither party asked what he meant when he said, I need PC of the vehicle. The court is assuming that that call was, I need probable cause for this vehicle. Then after he does that, he gets out of his car, comes back to your car, and he shines the flashlight on you again, and he says, why are you looking at Wells Fargo? And your response to him was, I'm looking at Wells Fargo because that's where my insurance comes out each month. I swear to you, I have insurance. He allows you to do that. Then he says something to the effect of, let me be honest with you. I smell marijuana in your car, and you have this box. And you tell him that box is empty. He says, do you have any weapons or anything in the vehicle because I'm going to search your vehicle? And your response to him was, I have a samurai sword. Just as a side note, why you have a samurai sword, I don't know. But that's what you tell him. So then he says, well, I smell marijuana, get out of the car, I'm searching your entire vehicle. He takes you to the back of the vehicle. He proceeds to handcuff you and tells you, you're not under arrest, but I'm doing it for my safety. Then he searches your vehicle.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
The court is going to find that the state's witness was not credible. And so I'm going to grant the motion to suppress, not based upon the fact that the search was improper or illegal. I'm basing it on the fact that the officer was not credible when the officer stated that he smelled marijuana in your car. And the reason for that is because on first contact with you, and he was with you for several minutes, he never mentioned marijuana. The only time he mentioned marijuana is when he went to his car. He ran your vehicle the first time, then he ran it the second time after calling someone and saying that he needed PC on the vehicle. The court is assuming that PC means probable cause to search, and he's looking for that and asking for them to give him PC. I could not understand or hear what conversation was going with whatever party he was on the phone with. But if he's asking someone for PC to search your vehicle, that means in the court's mind that he wasn't credible when he said he smelled marijuana. Anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
The judge's decision to grant the motion to suppress in Neville's case underscores the judiciary's role in holding law enforcement accountable when their actions lack integrity. Under Texas law, specifically Article 38.23 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, no evidence obtained by an officer in violation of any provisions of the Constitution or laws shall be admitted in evidence against the accused. Here, the judge found that Officer Lucio's claim of smelling marijuana was not credible.
That's not true.
Because it surfaced only after he sought probable cause.
Because every judge isn't the same. Every judge isn't gonna say the same thing she said or do the same thing she did. Another judge would consider him saying that as
PC
oh,
suggested he fabricated
nah,
the
that's
justification for the
shit.
search. By granting the motion to suppress, the judge ensured that evidence obtained through questionable means was excluded, protecting the defendant's rights. This ruling serves as a powerful reminder that law enforcement must operate transparently and truthfully, or risk having their actions nullified, reinforcing public trust in a system that demands accountability from those sworn to uphold it. What do you think should happen to the cop for lying? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe.
The cop should get put on the damn Brady list for that shit, respectfully. But we all know that's not gonna happen, right? So let's be for real, but like, next up is, I believe, it's Judge Fletcher. I love Judge Fletcher. Oh wait, no, it's this guy. I don't remember his name. Hopefully they say his name in the video.
Alright. It's a lie, go for it. No, you lied to me.
Judge Cedric Simpson.
Your contact Edward Martell, P85051. On behalf of Darren Dwayne Wilson, sir, please stand and be the full complete name for the record. Thank you.
Your Honor, please the in-time schedule for public exam. I believe that Mr. Martell would like to start us off with chief for Your Honor to accuse himself of this case.
Judge, if I may, very briefly. Thank you, Judge. And certainly, Judge, I got much respect for this honorable court. Been before this court a number of times. Judge, but the court rule is clear, Judge, that an examination must be conducted by a neutral or detached magistrate, Judge. In this particular case, and just for a little bit of context, for Your Honor, this is a case where there's already a co-defendant, where an examination has been held, where the testimony has been taken, where the victim or complainant absolutely identifies a mixed race, ethnicity, light-skinned male, certainly not my client who's dark brown skin with girl role. Notwithstanding saying, Your Honor, the sole basically the people intend to introduce quote unquote identity is through the search warrants and the subsequent evidence that was purportedly obtained thereafter, Judge. I say that all to say that, Judge.
I don't know what case you're talking about. Who's the co-defendant?
You didn't preside. I could make the argument a lot more.
I did not preside over it.
So the argument
Then I'll let him finish, because I don't know, did not even begin to ring a bell.
But if I can just streamline it, Judge. In brief, Your Honor was presented ex parte with 2 search warrants in this particular case. Ultimately, these 2 search warrants, there was information heard, there was search warrant, there was probable cause found, there was search warrant signed. Judge, we now come before you for a separate analysis of whether there's probable cause in this case, but Your Honor, pursuant to People v. Real, which is 391-124. It certainly cannot be neutral and detached when Your Honor respectfully has already found probable cause in this case. And specifically, the case law says.
Because the probable cause that's determined from a search warrant is based upon that evidence that is presented to me in the form of an affidavit on that search warrant. That's going to have no bearing whatsoever on what testimony I hear or don't hear in this case. So I don't even know how to get to that conclusion. But I'll let you continue because I think it's a... Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, just certainly to preserve the record, certainly I don't want to come back on a squash or an appeal or even a remand, but the case law is clear. It says that the defendant requests a magistrate other than the magistrate who has already heard ex parte witnesses. Such as the request should not be or should be regarded as reasonable and reasonable efforts exerted towards compliance, Judge.
What ex parte witnesses do we hear from?
Judge, Your Honor signed both of these search warrants in this particular matter.
Lay down.
But that says I've heard from witnesses. I've not heard from anyone.
That's all. So, in this
Does that case clearly apply to search warrant?
That is not limited to search warrant.
But that isn't what I asked you, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Is that applicable? I could certainly see a circumstance where I would have heard, like what you started out with, which doesn't seem to be true, that I heard something and then there would be a request that I not hear it because I've heard the witnesses or testimony. And so in that circumstance, there would be a much different analysis. But now you're trying to cite a case, apply to something that I don't think that applies to. Just by the very words that you said. And certainly you show me that it says that a judge that has signed a search warrant should not then hear the preliminary examination where they find it.
This relates to an arrest warrant, not a search warrant. However, it is the position of the court that Your Honor has heard no testimony, sworn testimony or otherwise, then I guess our request will be moved. But
I have read, so that we're clear, because you're playing fast and loose with words. So that is clear. I would have read the search warrant. I don't recall receiving any testimony at all regarding that search warrant, so typically it's done. I make a determination if the probable cause was contained within the 4 corners of that document, swear the individual in, sign off on the search. It's really as simple as that. So if you show me a case, Mr. Martel, that says under those circumstances the court shouldn't hear it, then show me the case. Otherwise, you're wasting my time.
just so acknowledge, I would say that Morrell is applicable. And I would also humbly submit that to the position of the court that anything outside the 4 corners of the exam transcript has been analyzed or sworn to, then it would certainly fall.
And you're going to need to file a motion. So I can, if it doesn't bear out, I can find it frivolous and I'm going to adjourn this and then I can sanction. You need to file a written motion. How long is that going to take you?
Judge,
How long is that going to take you?
Judge, certainly.
How long is that going to take you? If you cannot answer that question, then I will take a recess. I will give you time to think about that. And then I will come back and I need your time frame for how soon you can file the motion. In fact, why don't we just do
We're
that?
prepared to proceed.
Why don't we just do that? You can take him back. Court's gonna stand in recess.
All right.
Court recalls case of the People versus Darren Wilson.
Hey, good afternoon once again, Your Honor. Good afternoon to your fine staff and please most honorable court. Edward Martell, P 85051 on behalf of Darren Dwayne. State your name once again for the record.
Have a seat. So, Mr. Martell, you know, I'm a bit concerned. I just take what people give me. But I'm just going to say this. You lied to me at the very beginning of your argument. I went back, had my staff go back. You said that I held a preliminary examination on the co-defendant. I couldn't recall it, but it's not true. That was an absolute falsehood and misrepresentation to this court. Ms. Hughes then points that out, but I'm still not sure. On the break, I go back, have my staff look it up, which was some doing, but if the case that you're referring to as a co-defendant is Christopher Harrison, that case number for reference is 24F22251, our case number. That is not the circuit court case number. I didn't handle that exam. Judge Barr handled that exam. So your initial argument regarding refusal started with and I hate using the word, but it's true. It started with a lie. Then, Mr. Martell, you continued with your lie regarding the import of the case of People versus Burrell, which you cite one portion of it about a magistrate who takes testimony and does that. And that's why I went through exactly what this court does regarding search warrants. And then you cite a portion of that, and I think intentionally skipped over the first part of that paragraph to mislead this court. And I'll tell you what it says. It says, whereas here, an affidavit presented to a magistrate was in conclusory form, which I'm sure those search warrants were, and did not state any of the underlying or operative fact, and no witnesses were examined, which they weren't, we can perceive no prejudice to the accused in having the magistrate who issued the arrest warrant, which is different, preside at a preliminary examination.
If I may.
If it's not going to be a lie, go for it.
Judge, respectfully.
No, you lied to me.
Okay, if I may, Judge, very briefly, I think the record will reflect it. When I cited or spoke about a preliminary examination, I didn't speak directly to this court having held it, but it having been previously held.
Yeah, he see he backtracking now.
However, Judge, certainly I would make no false representations as to who held it or who didn't hold it. I think I just provided that for context.
You want me to play it back?
Judge, I certainly do not.
You want me to play it back?
Judge, I certainly, if Your Honor, some other time wants to, that's fine.
No, if you're going to sit up here and tell me you didn't lie to me, you want me to play it back?
It certainly cannot be neutral and detached when Your Honor respectfully has already found probable cause in this case, and specifically the case law says.
Whoa. How the heck do you jump to that conclusion?
Judge, then I stand corrected, Judge, but I certainly intend to make no misrepresentations of context. The main argument is what it is. And certainly Your Honor is not barred from presiding over this exam, but again, and I spoke with my client and the basis of just preserving the record and putting forth this argument certainly mean no disrespect, harassment, or delay to the people. Judge, we're prepared to proceed. If Your Honor intends to deny, that's fine. Again, we're prepared.
I don't know what your motion is, because everything that is presented to me is not it. Ms. Hughes, do people have anything to say regarding this?
I have quite the record to make regarding the one thing that I absolutely have to say, even though I think this argument is clear and where this situation is headed is clear, but the thing that needs to be abundantly clear, I do have a lot to say about the law, and I do have my own cases to cite, but if Your Honor doesn't need those, I'll set them aside. But the thing that needs to be said is the search warrants that Your Honor reviewed are what led to the pertinent testimony today. They did not include the pertinent testimony that would be heard today. Your Honor signed off on search warrants that include facts that frankly are not being contested. The defense is not contesting that these crimes occurred. They are contesting the defendant's identity. The search warrants led to evidence of the defendant's identity. Facts that Your Honor has never heard before, which is where we're about to go. But frankly, the law that I'm choosing not, and I maybe I just need to, the law is actually clear that a judge who has reviewed and approved a search warrant, even on facts that they will later hear, that is okay, that procedure is okay. And specifically, I turn to People v. Cameron, which is an unpublished case of the Court of Appeals from 2013, and Cameron is Cameron. And in that case, not only did the judge review and approve the search warrant, but that judge went on to be the trial judge, a bench trial judge. And the Court of Appeals said in that case, so the issue that went up to the Court of Appeals was the defendant was claiming that his trial attorney was ineffective by not trying to recuse that judge. And the Court of Appeals said, failing to advance a meritless argument or raise a futile objection does not constitute ineffective assistance of counsel. That is what the Court of Appeals said about trying to recuse a judge who has previously reviewed a search warrant. The other case that is specifically on point is a much older case. It's from 1971. It's People v. Pitchford, 3-3 Mishat, 299, 1971. In that case, the defendant actually, at the preliminary exam, wanted to attack the search warrant that the judge approved. And that judge that had approved the search warrant at issue went on to be the preliminary examination judge. Mind you, on appeal, it wasn't that exact issue. It was more of a statutory interpretation issue that went up on appeal. But the Court of Appeals in that case said the statutory interpretation would have led to the same procedure, that the search warrant judge would have become the preliminary exam judge, and then they affirmed and the case went back down for exam. But in that case, we don't even have a case where the defense is trying to say that Your Honor inappropriately approved a search warrant. And we don't have a case where the defendant is even trying to contest any of the facts that were in the search warrant. Sorry, from having nothing to say, I always have a lot.
No, that's fine. Anything else, Mr.
Just very
Martel?
briefly, and I'm certainly expecting
Because I'm going to tell you that, quite frankly, Mr. Martel, one may have to convince me why you have not, only in terms of your misleading of this court, attempted to try to have this judge recused for the purpose of forum shopping. Because, I think so. Because originally I had to step into this case, and I can tell you, you probably weren't necessarily real excited about it. But that's the way that the system works here. And so I think you're continuing on with that. And because there's no other reason, I think, to try to bring this frivolous argument.
Just respectfully, I certainly enjoy practicing before Your Honor, and I certainly had no intent of misleading this court. Or in fact, when the full exam or the transcript thereafter, as far as I don't believe any misrepresentations were made to this honorable court. Judge, I stand firm on my word. At the end of the day, I think there's a basis for our argument to put forth the position of the court that it's not certainly, Your Honor, we will move forward with your denial, and we're prepared for it.
I have not ruled. You will hear my ruling loud and clear. Yes, but do not presume that I'm going to deny it. Before I stepped off the bench, I asked, and I think properly so, your motion should be in writing. How long will that take you to do? If you won't answer me, then I will set the time frame.
2 weeks, please, and thank you, Judge.
Defendant's motion to recuse would need to be filed by December 10th. Prosecutor will respond by December 20th. I will hear the motion on December 26th. This exam is moved to December 26, 2024 at 12 noon.
Thank you, Judge.
Just for scheduling.
Yes, go ahead. No, that's fine.
I am not available on December 26th. I am
That's-
the person that will be filing the response. I would love to be the person to litigate it as well.
I understood. Then preliminary examination, since this is not of the people's doing, and the defendant, by raising it as well as before, has waived any time requirements. The preliminary examination, as well as hearing on the motion, will be January 2nd
Thank you, Your Honor.
at 12 noon. 12 noon. Thank you. Mine continue.
On December 3, 2024, felony probationer Marcolin Zenon was arrested in Harris County, Texas on an open warrant. Mr. Zenon was also charged with interference with public duties for allegedly refusing to place his legs and feet inside a patrol vehicle and straightening his legs out to prevent the officer from placing him in the vehicle while being arrested. Attorney Gregory
Alright, I just want to say is that the last judge handled that very well. Like, I mean, I've done seen him snapping on people. Like, so he handled that very well.
Cia Ross was appointed as Mr. Zenon's counsel, and on December 5, 2024, Judge David Fleischer of Harris County Criminal Court in Houston, Texas, held a probable cause hearing to determine if there was sufficient evidence to charge Mr. Zenon with interference.
On December 3rd, 2024, officers were dispatched to the HEB located at 4955 State Highway 6 regarding a disturbance in progress. Officers received 4 calls, all from witnesses who stated the defendant was arguing with and assaulting a female. While en route to the location, officers observed a couple at the intersection about 0.1 miles away from the HEB where the original call was located. They saw the couple at the intersection.
Okay, they saw.
Yes, Judge. The defendant was uncooperative with officers. The defendant advised he and the complainant were involved in a verbal altercation and stated he threatened her, saying he would slap her. When officers advised the defendant that he was in custody for an outstanding warrant, he got upset and began to yell. Officers located a clear plastic bag containing 3.6 grams of marijuana The defendant refused to comply with officer's command to sit down and would not place his legs and feet inside the vehicle. The defendant pushed back against the officer's hand with his chest when he attempted to help him into the vehicle, pushed his legs straight and applied force toward officer's hand in an attempt to stop him from placing his legs inside the vehicle, and then used the bottom of his foot against the bottom of the door frame to further resist. The defendant refused to speak with officers and would not cooperate with the investigation. All witnesses on scene heard the defendant threaten to hit CW, and another witness stated she observed the defendant push the complainant in the chest and face with two open hands. He does have an active felony warrant from the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
He has an open ag assault somewhere else too?
In Fort Bend County, Judge.
My understanding is it's an older case.
At that time?
Yes, Judge.
May I respond to all this, Your Honor?
Sure. Please.
Where's the interference?
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, this is Dope Tech from Wix. Now this whole flow is a conversation, so your words actually build your website. I'm going for a store, and after a free-flowing conversation, I get this detailed site brief. And just like that, my first draft is ready. Now that's dope. Next, you can really get in there and style it your way. Here's the fun part. You can regenerate this whole thing over and over, or you can tweak something specific, like your layout. Let me describe what I had in mind. Yeah, that's fire. If there was ever a time to speak life into your dreams, it's right now using the Wix AI website builder.
Okay.
Well, they're putting him in a car and he's like going blank.
It's not interference with public duties. If they're sitting there saying they have a marijuana charge they could have done, is it resisting? Maybe, but it's not an interference with the public duties. They said he didn't talk. He doesn't have to talk to them. Like, and they're a 0.1 mile away from the location. For what?
Well, okay, I get that, but so we have what we have. We've got a disturbance at HEB. Cops go there.
Okay.
They start to talk to him, and I guess at that point says, "Hey, man, I'm gonna slap her." So at that point, I mean, that's what we have,
Okay.
right, Mr. Zenon? There's always two sides to the story. I get it. This is just probable cause. It doesn't mean that you're guilty of this offense. It's just probable cause. That, in and of itself, is it enough to continue an investigation? And it is, because it's a potential terroristic threat, right? So they have enough to go forward to investigate. They start investigating, and then they find that you have a felony open warrant, and then they find there was something else that was there another warrant that you said?
It's the aggravated assault, but Judge, I also would like to point out that
But they end up putting him in the car, and at that point, he basically just goes blank like this for them being unable to effectuate an arrest.
And Judge,
You don't think that's an interference?
I don't. I mean, I think the intent of the law within itself is that if you're interfering with their investigation for something else. He did not interfere with anything.
Well, let's read the code. Let's read it, because, I mean, there's no better way. Let's read it.
Hold on.
I'll give you, All right, hold on. Let's pull up the code.
Intake could have taken some other things, but.
Well, certainly, they could have taken a whole myriad of, I mean, lucky they didn't charge with assault of a peace officer. There's a whole host of other charges that they could have put on, you know?
But they didn't hit. They accept the one that I do not believe applies here.
Let's read the code.
Okay.
Let's see what the code says, because you know there's multiple ways that a charge can, you know, that you can charge someone with facts, right? There's multiple ways that can. You're right. Could have been like a resisting, you know, but. Okay, you ready? A person commits an offense if the person with criminal negligence interrupts, disrupts, impedes, or otherwise interferes with, number one, a peace officer while the peace officer is performing a duty or exercising authority imposed or granted by law. Two, a person who is employed to provide emergency medical services, a firefighter. Number three, for an animal under supervision. Now, so I guess it's a person, it interrupts, disrupts, impedes, or otherwise interferes with, number one, a peace officer while the peace officer is performing a duty or exercising authority imposed or granted by law.
That is the vaguest thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, come on.
It is.
Okay, so the cop can claim anything is interfering with public duties. I mean, constitutionally, that is the vaguest thing I've ever heard of.
Judge, that's the statute. That's the
You'll find no argument with me, right? It is pretty vague.
Yeah.
It is.
Mr. Cioros argues that the interference statute is unconstitutionally vague. The void for vagueness doctrine is a principle under the Due Process Clause that requires criminal laws to be clearly defined. As the Supreme Court explained in the 1983 case of Colander v. Lawson, a criminal statute can be deemed unconstitutionally vague if it is so unclear that ordinary people cannot understand what conduct is prohibited, or if the lack of specificity encourages arbitrary and discriminatory enforcement, thereby conferring on police a nearly unlimited power to arrest and charge citizens with a violation. Accordingly, Mr. Cioros is essentially arguing that the interference statute is unconstitutional because it does not clearly explain what is illegal and allows officers to enforce the law arbitrarily due to the broad range of conduct that could potentially be covered under it.
He's got bigger issues. I mean, they should have taken the other charges, my whole point.
But he's disrupting the officer while he's trying to discharge a duty, right? The officer's trying to arrest him and put him in the car, and he's not letting him do it.
That's assuming they even had the right to do that. I mean, he's pointing
It's
miles
not a
away.
felony warrant.
They didn't even know about the warrant. They didn't know about the warrant till after. So, I mean, that comes after all of this.
They're saying, go ahead. I need to give you a chance to talk.
No, you're okay, Judge. They were investigating the assault, Judge, is what the threat that he admitted to making. So it was an active investigation, and then when they were detaining him, he was resisting arrest, is what it seems like. And that's why it was charged with interference with public servant.
And there were also 4 911 calls that were made about this couple arguing. I mean, that's what they were investigating.
And the witnesses all described.
They put him, I guess, did they put him under arrest at the time when he said that he was making that threat?
And with being
I mean,
0.1.
did they have the authority to arrest at that time? Right?
So I think it was during their investigation, the defendant admitted to threatening, that he would slap Miss Clark.
And it's at that point they start to put him under arrest?
At that point, they ran him through the NCIC and they found that there was an active warrant, and then they informed him that he was in custody.
Okay, then that's a resisting from what they're using to say he's pushing back or pushing.
Remember,
That's a resist. That's not interference with public duties.
But it could be that a set of facts can be multiple charges, right? So it could be resisting, but it could also theoretically be interfering with what he's trying to effectuate, which is an arrest. It's a duty that he's performing. He's performing the duty of an arrest.
But again, it's vague. If the officer didn't put in the report, he's not saying in the dim summary, you are under arrest.
Well, I mean, it's
okay. Well, I mean, but so
we don't know. I mean,
okay. I'm just saying.
Well, he says he's under arrest, but I mean, damn, it's all but clear.
I mean, this is.
We also don't have the offense report yet.
I don't care. I mean, but I think that there's enough. He places him in custody, right? He's going to arrest him, starts putting him in the car, and dude goes plank.
I shared the videos with
Remember,
you.
guys, this is a very low burden. This is probable cause. This is not beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt is a different standard. This is just to see if there's enough to go forward. And according to this, you are disrupting, allegedly, you're impeding, and you're otherwise interfering with him trying to arrest you and putting you in the car.
Producers, this plugin helps you work faster and create sounds that no one else is making. Co-Producer's new reimagined feature transforms.
A person can interfere with duties in multiple ways. It's not just one way. Like you go over there and someone else tries to stop and arrest from happening.
Mr. Ciaras argues that the allegations against Mr. Zenon could constitute resisting, but not interference with a public duty, and Judge Fleischer states that he believes that the alleged conduct is sufficient to provide probable cause for the interference charge. Under Section 38.15 of the Texas Penal Code, which Judge Fleischer read during the hearing, a citizen commits the offense of so-called interference with public duty if they interrupt, disrupt, impede, or otherwise interfere with a peace officer who is performing a legal duty or exercising legal authority. As the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over Texas, noted in the 2017 case of Childers v. Iglesias, Texas courts have found that failure to comply with an officer's lawful instructions can constitute interference. Accordingly, it is likely that a court would conclude that an individual who refused to place his legs and feet inside of a patrol vehicle and straightened out his legs to prevent the officer from placing him in the vehicle during a lawful arrest could be convicted of interference with public duty. Now, as for the resisting statute, which is found in Section 38.03 of the Penal Code, that requires that an individual intentionally prevent or obstruct an officer from effecting an arrest, search, or transportation by using force against the peace officer or another. Now, although the statute requires the individual to use quote-unquote force in their resistance, the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas determined in the 2016 case of Finley v. State that a defendant who clenched up and pulled his arms away from arresting officers had used sufficient quote-unquote force to violate the statute because he had directed force, quote, at or in opposition to the officer. Therefore, it is also likely that a court would conclude that an arrestee straightening his legs in opposition to an officer's attempt to place him in a vehicle constituted sufficient force to at least provide arguable probable cause for a resisting charge.
I know. I think that there's an...
Just for me, because I want to know what you're about to say.
And if you want time, you guys can go back and talk.
Okay, well, I gotta say.
3 times to search me.
Can I have a moment to look at the video here? He's telling me a whole separate fact pattern.
But I need to give them time to be able to look at it too. I mean, it's noon. Why don't we do this? Why don't we roll it to Monday and we can, I'll find it now. We can reapproach Monday morning or tomorrow even. And if you find, you know, if you find a completely set of different facts than to what they're saying on video, I'm all ears. I'm always all ears. I'm always willing to rehear probable cause at any time. I mean, it's not the be all end all. But for now, what they're telling me, if it in fact is the case, there's enough for probable cause to go forward. Is there enough beyond a reasonable doubt? I don't know. But be that as it may, you know. Okay, it looks like they didn't give him a PR bond on this.
Okay, so well,
the bond right now is set at $2,500.
Okay.
Your bond upstairs is set at $5,000. Tell me about that Fort Bend case. Is it old? Is it new?
Let me check, Judge.
I think it's 2023.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, because it looks like you got on probation in October of this year. When you're on probation, dude, on felony probation, you have a freaking halo over your head. You know, you got to be as good as you can. You're facing a lot of time in prison. Have you been to prison before?
Sir. No, sir.
It's not a fun place, you know, and I don't know what we need to do to get your attention, man. In life, if you're with a person that brings the worst out in you, then don't be with that person. There's a gajillion and one fish in the sea, but how can a person get you so wrapped around your finger to make you, you know, just go. It's like a cancer. When you have cancer, if you don't cut it out, it kills you. This is killing you.
I can contact Fort Bend, Judge, and get more information.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. I'll do whatever you want to do. You want to set tomorrow, Monday? What?
I'll watch it today and come back tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, I mean, if you want. Surely. Do you have it?
I just shared.
Okay, so.
They just shared it with me.
Yes.
Let's roll to tomorrow. You guys take a look at the video as well. Be prepared, and then we can reconvene tomorrow. For purposes now, I'll find probable cause, and then we can regroup again tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. All right, Mr. Zima. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Judge Fleischer finds that probable cause exists to support the charge, but agrees to hear further argument on the issue the following day after both parties are able to view the body camera footage.
I gotta agree to disagree here. I would like for you to watch like the 2 minutes of the video that I think.
So Judge, I also, because you had this question yesterday, I called Fort Bend and they confirmed it. The Fort Bend County aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, it's just sealed, and that's why I didn't pop up.
It's just what?
It's sealed at the moment.
Sealed. Is it a new case? Is it an
It
old
was
case?
just filed in November, Judge.
Wow.
But the offense date was in March.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. Was the offense date was March of 24?
Yes.
So it was allegedly committed prior to, now nevertheless, it's still a warrant.
It was.
But how on earth has it never been?
It's because, so they'll unseal it whenever an arrest happens, Judge. The case was filed. He had 2 other charges in this county, even that he caught even after that one.
I'm so confused. You know that Fort Bend knows that there's a felony warrant, a dangerous felony warrant, and they failed to execute that warrant over and over. He's been on probation. He's been meeting with his.
Reading in here that he's got on 2 years probation for, and then had also a UCW here that he caught after that. And another assault of a pregnant person that he caught here after that, and another UCW that he caught here after that. So he had just a string of cases, and I mean, the list goes on. But there was just a string of cases that he caught even after that, so I guess they just never, I don't know.
I will tell you the shenanigans from my experience that Fort Bend does. So if they think they're going to TDC, I have seen them let them go to TDC, wait till they even make parole or discharge or finish that sentence, right? And then they're out and they go, oh, now we're gonna file you. And then parole goes, oh, now we're gonna revoke your parole. Those are the shenanigans that I see.
Judge,
And this has been going on for years out there, like prior administration continued.
But I mean, I guess ultimately at the end of the day, even if that happens, like, let's just say the parole board's gonna look and see that was like extremely old, right? I would have the first time he failed.
I'm not gonna read it, it doesn't matter.
As in,
I mean, it doesn't matter, it's on video. So.
Sure, it's required, but you know, if you pay.
On video, guys, like I watched it, I'm not crazy, like this, it's on video.
Sorry to keep
Let's
waiting.
talk to Judge about it.
Okay. You're still upset?
Yes, watch the video and I'm even more upset, Judge.
So Judge, we just want to address some of the questions that defense and you had yesterday. Defense was saying that he felt that interference statute was overbroad. We found case law saying that it's, or vague, that it's unconstitutionally vague. We found case law saying that it's not unconstitutionally vague. It's from DeContal versus State. I've tendered it to defense. Can I approach Judge?
The prosecuting attorney indicates that the case Duncan Tell versus State held that the interfering statute was not unconstitutionally vague. Courts that have considered vagueness challenges against Section 38.15 have consistently upheld the statute's constitutionality. One such case is the 2007 case of Duncan Tell versus State. In reaching this conclusion, the court argued that the terms interrupt, disrupt, impede, and interfere could all be easily understood by individuals of common intelligence, and that the statute would provide fair notice of the prohibited conduct, that a person cannot, by actions other than speech, affect a peace officer's performance of a legal duty or exercise of legal authority to the extent it essentially shuts down that peace officer's performance of that duty or authority.
I gotta imagine that if it was unconstitutionally vague, someone would have challenged it and it would have, you know.
Oh, maybe they haven't had my case yet.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm happy for you to make a new one, you know, always. Why are you saying that there's no PC in this case?
Is there a PC for something else? Yes. Is there for the interference with public duties? No. I mean, because it's on video, it didn't happen, Judge. So they get calls for an assault, a disturbance, whatever.
You're telling me the fact that they're saying he goes plank in the car while
He doesn't.
being arrested
He
doesn't
does
happen?
not go plank. It's on video, Judge.
Would they say he uses his? I guess he uses
He's in
his
handcuffs.
The officer has to place his hand on the chest of the defendant to get the defendant to sit back in the car. He also has to grab his legs and push them back into the car. And he also watched the video.
We watched the video and we have a timestamp, Judge.
Could it be that okay, so I know that a lot of times when they're putting a defendant into the car, they need help, right? They're unable to do it by themselves, or is he actively resisting getting into the car?
He tried exiting the vehicle, Judge. And
No,
that's
he-
why they had to push him back into it.
He leans forward, he's yelling at his mom, record, call. The third time, they have taken him out. This is 3 times. They put him in the car and they take him out so they can search him. The cop is sitting there going, oh, well, search him again. We can search him 20 times. If you feel you need to search him 20 times, search him 20 times for your safety. The cop doesn't even know what he's charging him with. DA hasn't been caught. The cop's sitting there going, we're getting you for resisting transport. Resisting transport. That is what the cop thinks he's taking of it. DA, Officer Singh, it's a 27-minute video. Okay? At no point is the DA's office called to this point. Okay? That happens after. Fine. For an assault, they can argue. I can argue case law. 4B states specific articulable facts of crime may have occurred. Fine. They are there on an assault. Okay? They didn't take an assault. So then they detain him, right? They find that he has the warrant. So, okay, you're taking it in on the warrant. Fine.
Judge, it's common for officers to conduct an investigation before they call intake. That's not an abnormal
Yeah, I mean, that's neither here nor there, but the question is he impeding the arrest or the function of arrest? Because I guess that you guys are basing the interference on the fact that he's not allowing him.
If you have SNAP or Medicaid, you may qualify for a free iPhone or Samsung plus up to 10 gig.
That, what's his name again?
Xenon, Your Honor.
Mr. Xenon is not allowing the officer to arrest him by putting him in the car.
Respectfully, Judge, the officer doesn't even have to be arresting him. They just have to be looking into any legitimate matter. And then he's interfering with that. And I will say, if he'd already been in the car 3 times, like defense pointed out, I would think he wouldn't need help getting in. So to us, it appears as though he's trying to push out. The officer has to put his hand on his chest and push him back into the car and then take his legs and place them into the car.
He was cooperative the whole time. He's on his mom. If anyone's aggressive, it's the cop from the beginning. And I asked at the court's discretion, watch the video. You only need to watch the 13 to 15 minute mark, Your Honor. I mean, that's all you really need to watch on this.
What?
We can watch the video, Judge.
Cue that? Let's watch. Can you put it on the screen somehow? So we can all watch?
We can just go to the back and watch it. Do you wanna hook it up? I don't, because he has issues hooking his computer up to the technology. Whole video, or did you?
No, just the relevant portion. I don't need to see the whole thing. No, just that part that's relevant. You know, I guess if you wouldn't just put it right there and just turn it around. Just right on the table. Yeah, right there. And set it.
I'm just turning the volume off, Judge's song.
They talking about don't let them pull up. They talking about got a warrant out for Fort Bend County for assault. Okay? So don't keep pushing me. Mama, record it. Mama, look. Record it. Now you're under arrest. I'm under arrest. You covered both. Resisting transport. I wouldn't resist it for you just resisting transport. Yep.
What the hell is that?
Now you got in your charge. Yep.
Come on.
Thank you, Judge.
Really? That's it?
That's it, Your Honor.
That's the relevant portion that defense is.
Oh, come on.
The officer is investigating legitimate.
I know, but no. I'm with
You see why I'm so upset, Your Honor? Okay. Thank you.
You can refile this as resisting.
Yeah, look, yeah, I mean, you're not gonna hurt our feelings, you need to do what you need to do. Perhaps it was the wrong one, but yeah, was it resisting?
No.
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
After watching the relevant portion of the body camera footage, Judge Fleischer determined that there was no probable cause for a charge of interference with public duties, and the charge was dismissed. Let us know if there's an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out my second channel for even more police interaction content.
Step into Wix Studio and handle every part of your build from one platform. Map out your project with an AI-powered visual sitemap that generates site structures and wireframes in seconds, not days. When your client's on board, dive into design. Create freely, customizing even the smallest element. Use site styles to seamlessly extend the brand to every page and watch it adapt across breakpoints.
I flew into the US Navy's most versatile ship and spent 3 nights on board. It's not an aircraft carrier, a cruiser, or a submarine. It's a ship that probably most of you have not even heard of. This is a San Antonio-class amphibious assault ship, and I did fly into it, but not on an MV-22 Osprey. I flew into the belly of this beast on a hovercraft. The amount of design elements incorporated throughout this ship is insane. From mundane things that you wouldn't even think of, like how much force should be required to open and close the doors, to curious things, like why are all the handrails mounted crooked? I'll explain all that and much more. Boy, this ship sometimes puts on a light show. How bringing women on board surface combatants make things much more comfortable for men. And why the Navy is downgrading the future iterations of this class by designing it to be less capable is not what you think. With a displacement of 25,000 tons, San Antonio-class ships are the largest U.S. warships, well besides those ships that have a flight deck from bow to stern, such as supercarriers and some amphibious assault ships. Also known as a landing platform dock or LPD-17 class, these ships have a massive flight deck that accommodates the operation of 2 MV-22 Ospreys near simultaneously, which I got to witness firsthand. Ospreys are pretty loud, so everyone was wearing earplugs. The ship also carries 319,000 gallons of aircraft fuel, which is about half the volume of an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Speaking of swimming pools, another key feature is the large well deck that can house 2 landing craft air cushion or LCACs, or 1 landing craft utility also known as LCU. There are multiple vehicle decks and over 38,000 square feet of space to store a variety of amphibious assault vehicles. But the particular ship that I'm on is much more unique because it's made up of something very special.
Just go with the flow, get yourself up if the mood gets low. Sometimes chill, take it slow. Any bad vibes, hit the road. Hit the road. Any bad vibes, hit the road.
Seven and a half tons of steel from the rubbles of the World Trade Center were actually melted and casted into the ship's bow during its construction. This is USS New York, a ship that was named in the honor of the victims of the September 11 attacks in New York City. And to bring it full circle, the ship is sailing from Norfolk to New York City to celebrate Veterans Day 2023. One of the really cool things about this class of ships is their stealthy design. On radar, San Antonio ships look smaller than they actually are. This stealth capability is due to the slant that's prevalent throughout the ship's design, starting with these 2 giant masts. These ships were the first to incorporate the Advanced Enclosed Mast System. 2 giant structures in the middle of the ship house communications and radar antennas, while keeping the ship's radar cross-section to a minimum. We actually brought a bag of popcorn kernels on board to put inside the mast and see if they would pop. But unfortunately, we couldn't test it. We were told the radiation was too powerful up inside the mast, but we were reassured that we could indeed make popcorn if it could go in. The towers are made of special materials that permits the ship's own sensor frequencies with very low loss, while reflecting other frequencies. But notice how each side of the mast is slanted upward. This way, any external signals that are reflected back bounce upward, instead of going straight back, reducing the amount of signals that radar receivers would pick up, which in turn minimizes the ship's radar cross-section. Interestingly, this upward slant design was everywhere on the exterior of the ship. For example, all the doors on the inside are installed vertically as you would expect, but exterior doors are all slanted. The railings on the perimeter of the ship are also installed at an angle. Even the steps on the ladders follow the same principle. And of course, the sides of the ship's hull are no exception. Switching from the exterior design to the interior, USS New York is also a floating museum. This metal plaque that now bears the name of the ship was salvaged from the ruins of the World Trade Center and installed on the ship. USS New York and her sister ships, USS Arlington and USS Somerset, are floating museums that have many references to New York City. And just like the Marines that they carry, these ships are the Swiss Army knife of the US Navy. It's true that San Antonio-class LPDs have been involved in missions like recovering NASA's Orion spacecraft from the ocean in 2022, and also transporting captured terrorists from the Middle East to the United States for trial. But the primary mission of these ships is to take 800 Marines and their equipment close to their destination, and then transport them to land with the help of landing craft and various aircraft operated by the US Marine Corps. There are also 360 sailors on board who take care of everything on the ship. San Antonio ships could go on their way as part of a 3-ship amphibious ready group, or they could sail alone, which is why LPDs are equipped with 2 RIM-116 RAM missile launchers for point defense against anti-ship missiles. Each launcher sits on a set of giant springs that act as shock absorbers. This ship is not equipped with surface-to-surface missiles, but it could carry a HIMARS. This was in fact tested on USS Anchorage in 2017, where missiles were launched right off the flight deck of the ship. Remember those Ospreys? It just happened that one of them stayed on the flight deck of USS New York and got folded up. So the next morning, I had the opportunity to check her out. Without any cargo on board, Ospreys can transport 24 Marine combat troops, which is what these seats are for. Where the Osprey really shines is long-range vertical assault and extraction. It's faster and has a longer range than any existing military helicopter, and it can hover, something that airplanes cannot do. Even though Ospreys can fly horizontally, they can't land horizontally like an airplane does, because their rotor blades have a diameter of 38.1 feet, so big that the blades would hit the ground before the landing gear does. See that at the tip of the blade? It's an LED light that can be turned on at night. This makes it easier to see the perimeter of the blades as they spin. It's purely for safety, which is especially useful when 2 Ospreys are operating in proximity on this flight deck at night. Given the primary mission of LPDs, there are also a number of design features specifically with Marines in mind. There's a 124-bed state-of-the-art hospital on board the ship, equipped with X-ray machines and 2 operating rooms. LPDs have much larger hospitals compared to aircraft carriers, and that's because Marines are at a much higher risk of injury due to the nature of their job. Even the dining tables in the officers' mess hall are large, so if needed, they could be used as makeshift hospital beds. If you've ever been on any naval ship, you would know they have quite narrow hallways, and LPDs are no exception. But the passageways that lead to the flight deck are much wider, so Marines with all their gear could be on standby in these hallways before they're transported to shore on Ospreys. This wide passageway is pretty special, which is why every LPD has a unique name for it. On USS Fort Lauderdale, it's called I-95, named after the highway that goes south to the city of Fort Lauderdale. I'm on board USS New York, and here, the passageway is called Broadway. The walls are decorated with dozens of posters from Broadway shows. And not just that, they even have the Broadway lights. But these lights are not for show. San Antonio ships can house 2 LCACs at the same time. When an LCAC approaches to enter the ship, the stern gate opens up. But the LCAC and the ship first need to communicate on when the craft can go in.
Operate 9, got Greenwell for spot 1.
Greenwell means the ship would not be maneuvering, so the LCAC can safely go in. But aside from radio, the LPDs can also use these green blinking lights, in addition or as a backup to the Greenwell signal on the radio. LCACs are cushioned monsters. For reference, I'm 6'3". They can go from sitting to hovering in less than 2 seconds and are quite fast and maneuverable. The sand blowing into my face as the LCAC turns gives you an idea about the amount of thrust that its giant propellers generate. And for anyone who's suspicious, LCACs really do hover. I could clearly see through the skirt, and yes, I did ask for consent before recording her. But what happens if that skirt rips? Under the skirt, there's a smooth and shiny hull, just like a boat hull. If the LCAC wants to stay in place in water for extended periods of time, she can just shut off her engines, sit down and float just like a boat. But because LCACs don't displace any water when they're hovering, they're said to be flying, and they must turn on blinking lights when operating, just like airplanes do. Besides damage to the LCAC's skirt, another common problem is caused by salt, which can corrode the metal, and sand, which can get everywhere and cause problems. To deal with this, there's a washing station at the Little Creek Naval Base, so when LCACs come back from their mission, they're rinsed with fresh water. Operating an LCAC might look like fun, but LCAC pilots are not getting paid to have fun. The toughest part of their job is to get the vehicle inside the well deck of a moving ship without scratching it. There's only about a foot of clearance on either side, so it takes a lot of skill to do this. Once inside, the LCAC is chained up, so the motion of the ocean doesn't move her around inside the well deck. And because we just came in, the LCAC needs to be rinsed with fresh water, which is a rare commodity in the middle of the ocean. This is why the ship is equipped with a reverse osmosis system, which not only generates the drinking water for those on board, but also enough water to wash LCACs and other vehicles as needed. In case you're wondering, this is not the rock climbing part of the gym. This guy is placing these large bolts to secure the stern gate. One thing that I found interesting was that no matter who I talked to, they told me they had the best job on the ship. It didn't matter if it was someone who worked on the bridge and was in charge of navigation, or someone who worked in the most unassuming parts of the ship, like the steering area, where one has to climb and crawl through tight spaces in order to check and maintain the hydraulic systems that move the ship's massive 50,000-pound rudders. Or those who worked in the engine room, located multiple floors below sea level, where it was hot and noisy. But they're having fun, and were proud of their work. Speaking of pride,
My name is Richard Othmer, and I joined the Navy in 1974.
After serving in the U.S. Navy, Richie joined the New York City Fire Department and was a firefighter when 9/11.
Today I'm going to make a beat. I'm going to Output's new plugin, Co-Producer. Play your beat.
We're about to try to beat the lunar speed record in this brand new spacecraft.
3, 2, 1.
This is the world's first space truck, and it's going to the moon to help astronauts go farther, faster, and discover places we've never been. Because humans are about to go back to the moon for the first time in 50 years.
And no one but its builders have ever driven it until today. In this video, I'm gonna put this brand new space truck to the test in a series of 5 challenges. And I've invited someone who knows a thing or two about challenges. YouTube daredevil and host of Challenge Accepted, Michelle Carre.
Let's go!
We're in the middle of like a huge field, and here's where they test the space truck, apparently. Space truck, let's go! I want to go fast.
Today we're visiting Lunar Outpost, a company NASA selected to build a new vehicle for the moon. You might remember this old lunar vehicle from the Apollo missions in the 1970s. Their job is to totally reinvent it by designing a special new vehicle made for the future of space travel. It's got a bunch of features that make this unlike any vehicle on Earth or on the moon, because this is much more than a truck. It's more accurate to think of it as a robot that astronauts could drive, but they're not the only company building one. While this truck will be going to the moon in 2029 as part of an unmanned SpaceX mission, it's also in a separate big NASA competition with 3 other finalists to become the first human-driven vehicle on the moon since 1972. And the competition is fierce. These are the latest pictures of the other 2 finalists from Intuitive Machines and from Venturi Astrolab. And you can see that they all went with very different designs. So this is a high-stakes moment. Time to see what this truck can really do.
The new hello. What? Oh my god.
Wow. This is gonna be in an upcoming Transformers movie, I'm convinced.
All my Star Trek dreams are coming true right now.
First impressions?
It looks like it's supposed to be in space, that's for sure. And it feels like it's from like 300 years in the future.
This truck is very different from any truck you've seen on Earth. It's full of weird and interesting features. But the first thing you might notice is
no windshield.
There's no windshield.
There's no windshield. No air on the moon. You don't need a windshield.
What about the dust, though?
Lunar dust, extraordinarily abrasive. So what we have to do is carefully design this vehicle to the point where it is not getting dust in the cabin.
Because moon dust is electrically charged, they use an electric current to pull it down under the truck. And look at these tires! We'll be using rubber air-filled tires while on Earth. But on the moon, they'll use these totally airless metal tires. The big reason they need these on the moon is so that they can't get punctured.
Can't get punctured. No flats on the moon.
It's quite heavy, actually.
It is pretty heavy.
The other reason that you need airless metal, not rubber, tires is the extreme lunar temperatures.
From like negative 200 degrees Celsius all the way up to plus 200 degrees Celsius. This does very well in all of those conditions. These would not last one lunar night.
The final airless tires will be bigger, the size of the rubber ones on the truck now. But the biggest thing to remember about this truck is that it's built for people wearing spacesuits. And having tested NASA's newest spacesuit, I can tell you they are really hard to do things in.
You have to go like this when you move.
Wow.
Hinges, not like...
And very heavy, yes.
Everything about this truck has to be designed with that in mind. No doors, no pedals, no windows. You just walk in and you sit down in these giant seats.
We have actually astronaut seat assist. It actually pulls them up out of their seat to help them stand up.
To help astronauts with their work, it's got cold storage for lunar samples and a rack for tools.
Very cute shovel. So if anyone from NASA is watching, I do think they should bring that shovel because it's very adorable.
This is just the start of how weird and otherworldly this truck really is. And each challenge is going to put this truck and us to the test. Challenge 1, the obstacle course. This course mirrors some of the landscape on the moon. It has craters, uneven gravel and rocks, and steep inclines and declines, all of which this truck should handle with ease. The challenge is, Michelle and I want to see who can get around this course fastest. So, after a quick tutorial on how to drive this multi-million-dollar truck, we were ready.
This is my big moment. I need to go around this obstacle course in, what's the time to beat?
2 minutes, 10 seconds.
2 minutes, 10 seconds. Let's see if I can do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Whoa! Okay. It does go faster.
Driving the truck felt weird. I could feel heavy-duty suspension absorbing all of the bumps and the craters. The wide wheelbase made it harder to turn than a normal truck. I had to sit really far forward because this was made for somebody in a spacesuit. And you turn by rotating and tilting the handle left and right. It felt like I was driving something out of a sci-fi movie. And to make the stakes even higher, they said that if we beat their time cap, they'll let us go faster than any previous public speed test.
And stop! What's my time?
144.
Boom! 144! Put me on the moon!
I felt pretty good about my time for my first truck, but what I didn't realize is that they capped the truck's speed at 11 miles per hour.
So how does 11 miles per hour compare to what the astronauts were doing on the moon in the previous vehicle?
So 11 miles per hour was really close to their max speed. They didn't really spend that much time at that speed because that is very quick on the lunar surface. So you do need to still keep a little bit of conservatism in terms of how fast you drive.
Yeah. What's your time? So the time to beat is 2:10, and I was 1:40. So that's your time.
God. Okay, well, all the pressure is on now. 2:10. I can do this. So my turn to drive, and I did hear that if both of us qualify, which Cleo already has, by beating the 2:10 time, we get to go very, very fast.
You go fast, straight on the runway.
Okay.
All right.
We have to.
No pressure. We got this.
You're going to flick that first switch to the right, and now the brakes are off. 3, 2, 1, go! Get after it. There you go. So we're going all the way around to the right. Good job, well done.
Fast and furious!
You got this.
Okay, here we go.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Pull back, pull back.
Let me show you something. So I travel a lot for this show, often internationally. And when I do, there'd be times where I get lost without internet service, or I just really needed to send something, and either using my phone internationally would be crazy expensive, or I just couldn't get service, which is exactly the problem that our sponsor, Saley, solves. It's an eSIM app that helps you stay connected in over 190 countries around the world. So it's a digital SIM card that works without needing to physically put anything into your phone. No more swapping physical SIMs. You just download it once, you pick an affordable plan, and it activates instantly the moment you land. And once that's done, there's no need to install a new eSIM for each country. It just works. So if you want to check it out for your next trip, click the link in my description to get an exclusive 15% discount on Saley data plans. Make sure you use the code CLEO at checkout, download the Saley app, or go to saley.com/CLEO. All right, back to the chapters.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Pull back, pull back.
Giddy up, let's go!
Nice and slow. Good job, well done. Well done, good job.
Yay, that was fun.
Yeah!
All right, get to the finish line, get to the finish line.
Go!
All right, stop it.
What?
137. 137, well done.
We passed, Cleo! 137! Oh, that was so thrilling. That was so
Look at the time. Well done.
Yay!
Well done.
Wait, but now, you promised us that we get to go very fast now.
You get to go in a straight line on the runway.
I think it's time to lunar drift. I mean, we're not gonna drift. We're gonna go in a straight line, very controlled, very professionally.
Very calmly. We're gonna go as fast as possible in this space truck. So we're trying to persuade them of how fast we should be allowed to go on the straight.
Because it's like a multi-million-dollar vehicle, and we've never driven it.
The speed you'll be going is faster than anyone has gone on the moon.
Okay.
So that's the goal, and that's what we'll give you guys on the straightaway.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Now, for context, the moon record is 11.1 miles per hour. So we just need to break that. And I think we're comfortably above 11.1.
I think it's breaking it. This is light speed for the moon.
Official speed 11.6.
So we didn't break it.
You broke it.
We didn't break it. The lunar record was 11.18, and we were going 11.6. Okay, 11.6 miles per hour might not sound that fast. And honestly, it didn't feel fast. But you have to remember that going too fast on the moon also isn't the goal. Because imagine what would happen if you were speeding across the moon and you hit a big bump at 1/6 Earth's gravity.
I've been riding this trail a long time. I remember when agents, they didn't know their left foot from their right. Some were too eager jumping in before I'd finished speaking. Others promised to wrangle code, ended up letting the cattle loose. But then, Warp rode into town. Transparent, reliable, and fast on the draw. In a town full of pass-through, Warp's the one you can trust. From prompt to production. And partner, that's worth its weight in gold.
Most auto insurers love when you have two cars, and they love it even more when you have a driveway full, because they get to charge you more. At Elephant Insurance, we believe the more cars you have, the more you save. We call it the Elephant Multi-Car Discount. It's like buying in bulk, and you can save up to 25%. Take control of your car insurance. Quote online today and see what you can save at elephant.com.
So while going faster isn't the goal, going farther is. More powerful vehicles will help us investigate regions of the moon that astronauts have never reached before, especially the lunar South Pole, where craters in permanent shadow may contain frozen water, which could help support life on the moon, or be used for fuel to go farther. So what this tells us is that if and when this vehicle is driven by astronauts on the moon, they can go faster than any astronauts have gone before.
However, they will be second to us, who have done it previously.
Okay, challenge 2. The moon is a dangerous place. If something bad happens, how does an astronaut rescue their teammate? In this challenge, Michelle and I will each have to rescue an injured astronaut up this hill over 100 yards to compare this manual rescue to what the truck can do. Oh, I would like the truck to do this instead of me. This dummy is weighted to be similar to an astronaut in their full spacesuit, but in 1/6 gravity. And we've heard the time to beat is 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So Michelle's gonna go first, see if she can hit that time, and then I'm gonna see if I can keep up. You ready?
Yeah.
On your mark, get set, go!
Woo! Feeling it.
Holy cow. 2 minutes, you got this. The truck is so close, it's right there. You can see it. 303!
Oh my god. Holy smokes.
How you doing?
I literally cannot go to space unless this truck is going. That is a fraction of what an astronaut in their suit with, difficult dexterity and a high-stakes situation with a massive suit on.
Exactly.
I'm feeling. Holy cow.
You crushed it.
Are you ready?
No.
I think you can beat that.
303 is the time to beat.
303, you got this,
God.
Cleo. 3, 2, 1, go! Go, Cleo! Wait, yes! Oh my god! Oh my gosh, you're killing it! Come on, Cleo.
Oh my god, Michelle, you're right, it's so hard.
Keep pushing! So close!
This is really hard.
You're gonna beat the time! Go, Cleo, go! 152!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Cleo! You beat the time by like 50 seconds!
Oh my god, that was so hard. Ow.
Heck yeah.
So what we've learned is we really need a truck for astronaut rescue.
So the way that this would work is, say an astronaut falls into a crater and is unconscious. The rescuing astronaut would drive the truck all the way down to them, and then they'd position a ramp underneath them, strap them into a body harness, and hook them to a cable and winch system attached to the truck. That would do all the heavy lifting and pull the crew members safely into the vehicle, saving precious time and oxygen and energy for both crew members.
On to challenge 3. Oh my god, I can't walk!
One of the coolest things about this truck is you don't actually need to be inside to drive it. You can operate it remotely. Michelle and I each need to remotely operate the vehicle to get from there to that flag, and whoever gets closest wins.
So what you'll be doing is actually calling in directions to our Mission Control Center back in Denver. They will then send that location to the truck you see out there. The truck will try to make its way to it, and you only get 2 shots to get all the way to the flag.
This challenge mimics how NASA and Lunar Outpost will remotely operate this truck on the moon from Earth. Instructions will go from mission control, travel all the way to the moon, and then with a couple seconds delay, tell the truck where to go and what to do. These instructions will come in 2 parts. One will tell it how far to go, forwards and backwards, and the other left and right.
And as an added wrinkle, Michelle and I will each be inside the truck while the other is driving. All right, here I go.
Take me to the moon!
Okay, Mission Control, this is Raven. Raven? Please move the truck 42 meters forward and 6 meters to the left.
Mission Director, test as you go.
Bye!
Whoa. Wait, what? Leo, did you ask it to serpentine the way there? What the heck?
I asked it to avoid obstacles!
Here's the thing about these instructions. You tell it the point that you want it to go to, but the truck needs to figure out how to best get to that spot. It can tell where things like rocks and craters are, and then needs to do its best to avoid them. That's incredibly useful when it's all alone on the moon. But it does make where it goes a little bit unpredictable.
This reminds me of the chess game in Harry Potter where if they make the wrong move, they like die or whatever.
Oh no.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked on PC with Google Play Games. Unlock bigger screens and better controls, so you can ascend towards Asgard. Go play on PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
Oh no, she has her hand on her forehead.
After carefully making both of my moves, I began to worry that I'd miscalculated the distance.
I think that might be my move. Let's go measure.
18 it is.
All right, Michelle's turn.
I would like you to please go 36 meters forward and 3 meters to the left. Enjoy the ride!
Here I go!
I really hope I'm not crashing Cleo into the door. Oh my god, no, please go further left.
Feels really cool to be in here with no one driving. A little short!
Well, now I have to avoid this hill. I would like to go 40 meters forward, 4 meters to the left. Where's it going? It's going over the hill.
Oh!
It's going around the hill. Yes! Yes! Go forward, keep going.
That's pretty good.
Yeah!
That is pretty good.
That's so close! You did it!
Man, driving this way was hard and slow, but similar to the real choices that space agencies make about how to move rovers on the moon or Mars.
This is faster than they operate the Mars Perseverance rover, what you guys just did.
Wow.
So it's little bit by little bit, like by little bit.
That's why they designed this truck, to have some level of autonomy.
So instead of giving it waypoints 10 meters to 5 meters, which is a very difficult way to operate, you say, hey, I want you to accomplish this mission. Scout out this region of the moon, find where the habitat should go. Scout out this area of the moon, find where the highest concentration of water ice.
This is the big goal of autonomous space truck robots. It could mean work on the moon could continue even without people, opening up a whole new level of lunar exploration. The sun is going down and we are almost to our final nighttime challenge. But first, little do I know, this next one will be what pushes me to my breaking point. Challenge 4. On the moon, one of an astronaut's most important jobs is collecting samples, so we can figure out what's there. And to do that, with this new space truck, they can use the claw. Or actually, the shovel. So in this challenge, Michelle and I will each get to try to collect as much sand as we possibly can and deposit it into that sample box.
And this is not a normal, box. This is a trick box. Is anybody else seeing this? There are traps.
Yeah.
There are tiny holes, there are bigger holes, and you have to aim.
Aim for the big holes. So I get one shot to scoop as much sand as I can and dump it into that box. And then Michelle gets the same.
All right, I'm going. It moves a little slow, but we're getting there. It's very peaceful.
For this demo, we're using an Xbox controller, but on the moon, this arm will be autonomous. They'll tell it to collect samples, and it would decide the best angle of attack. Because, as you're about to see, humans aren't the best at this. And when I say humans, I mean me.
Touchdown. All right, now I have to scoop the sand and pour it in there.
It will get stuck if you put it too deep.
It did get stuck, and then the engineers had to come dig it out.
I got too much sand.
Too strong. She's too strong.
I got greedy. Okay, here we go. Take 2.
Got too greedy again!
You're basically just ramming the arm into the ground.
Okay.
To put it lightly.
She's got a gentle touch.
She's got a really aggressive touch. We're just resetting right now.
This scoop is a little bit of a diva.
It's good?
Yeah. They said it's good.
Did I break it again?
I think we just gotta give Cleo one more shot and then it's Michelle.
And then it would be a disqualification? Okay. All right.
Out of all of the challenges, this is the one that breaks. It's the shovel.
Okay, so is that angle too steep, too shallow? Meaning this? Meaning open it. It's frustrating! No, this isn't right! I can't, I'm out! I'm disqualified! All of our hopes and dreams rest upon you!
This guy's literally praying, right?
Michelle, you have to bring this home for us. You have to collect some grains of sand for us.
Everybody, we're serious.
Step into Wix Studio and handle every part of your build from one platform. Map out your project with an AI-powered visual sitemap that generates site structures and wireframes in seconds, not days. When your client's on board, dive into design. Create freely, customizing even the smallest element. Use site styles to seamlessly extend the brand to every page and watch it adapt across breakpoints. Now, scale your creation. With a CMS, you can structure tons of data effortlessly, from repeaters to hundreds of dynamic pages. Business solutions are built in, so when clients want more functionality, you're ready to take them further. Plan faster, design freer.
Obviously, we know that there is a gentle finesse to this. Okay, we're aiming for that Goldilocks zone. Not too steep, not too aggressive.
I'm so stressed out.
A little bit more open. Nice little touch.
Why is this such an intimate moment? I'm going for it. Oh my god.
I really think you got it. Oh! It's working! It's working.
Beautiful.
That's how you win the Super Bowl, baby! That's how you win the Super Bowl!
Three, 2, 1. Welcome to the final challenge. We've spent a full day seeing what this truck can do. But this last challenge might actually be the closest to what driving on the moon will really be like. The scariest places on the moon are the parts in permanent shadow. So, in this challenge, Michelle and I have to navigate the obstacle course in the dark.
Goosebumps energy, let's go!
Driving in the dark with Michelle, I imagined that we were really on the moon, in some dark crater, on a mission to help humans live on the moon and beyond, with this truck to help us do it.
It's really special because you often hear about things happening at space agencies or at NASA, but to have the opportunity to actually experience a prototype as a real astronaut could.
I'm driving! A little short! Well, now I have to avoid this hill.
Lads, they're there. Oh my god, oh my god. Alright, you ready? You ready? Across this river is an island with hundreds of ancient tribes. One of them eats humans. Is that a bow and arrow?
I think they're pointing bow and arrow.
He's not looking friendly. I'm about to make contact and live with one of the last remaining cannibal tribes on Earth.
Oh my god, I hope they don't kill us.
How do we say I come in peace? Seriously, this is terrifying. They're huge bulls.
This is the Bausi tribe, an incredibly isolated and ancient tribe deep in the jungle of Papua, rumored to have one of the last living cannibals.
So I've got like an offering for them. This is the way to basically bargain our way and try and make them accept us.
With the tribe being so isolated from the world, we had no idea if they would accept us or kill us.
Got salt.
Put it in your hands.
Put it in my hand?
Open it and just put it in your hands.
This is tobacco.
And with every move, we were risking our lives.
Oh god. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Alright guys, let's move back maybe.
We have to go out.
He's not into that.
Not really welcome. It's really dangerous.
I'm not gonna lie, that is absolutely terrifying. We'll come back. Damn it, they're scary.
I'm sorry I take you here.
Do they normally not accept people?
Here, not really guaranteed.
This is Demi, our guide, who'll be joining us, and one of the only people to have survived making contact with the Bausi tribe.
Last week, 11 people are killed and now tourists cannot go there. No one knows. They killed him. This is alive and dead. Expect to be killed.
Do you want to do it? Maybe you should do it.
It's okay, it's okay. You try again.
You might be wondering why I would even want to make contact with the Bausi tribe. It is because the cannibal within this tribe has never officially confessed to eating human meat, and we're here to get them to admit to their dark past.
Well, as we're going in for round 2, thank you to Saley for sponsoring this video.
And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss one of our videos.
Holy crap. He's right behind that tree. He's right behind the tree, so I think this is the chief again. I'm not sure. Okay, they're interested now.
In order for us to get our confession, we would first need to make contact.
Hello? Hello?
And we would either be accepted,
hello,
or we could be killed.
Oh my god, those bows and arrows. Don't please don't point them.
Give this all again.
Okay, okay. Salt. Okay. Tobacco. Who would like some tobacco? Okay, they're looking a lot more friendly and accepting right now. Yeah, look, he's trying it. You like it? Nice?
Oh yeah, my man came bearing salt and tobacco. It's crazy.
Are they happy? They seem happy now.
Not really happy, but it seems like the chief are welcoming us, so we go with them.
I think they're going to allow us to come on and give them this. And then hopefully they do not eat us, or kill us, or do anything weird to us.
Getting off the boat would leave me incredibly vulnerable.
God, I'm scared to get on. Okay, I'm gonna get on.
But someone had to go first.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, cool. I've got some stuff for you guys.
Not knowing how they would react, I didn't know what to say or do.
Nice, very good.
And being the only one on the island was incredibly scary.
This is very cool. Okay, Demi, are you guys going to come on, or am I going to be the only one on the island with cannibals? Hello, guys.
I had made contact with the tribe, and it looked like they weren't going to kill us. At least not yet.
And that was the last time we ever saw Derek.
But finding the cannibal within this tribe and getting a confession was not going to be easy.
Why are you guys leaving me?
And deciding to get onto this island with cannibals was going to prove to be one of the worst decisions we had ever made for a video.
Oh my god, that's racist. I don't want to be a victim.
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online. Take it easy and play your way. Whether it's fishing, crafting, or taking on quests. Play solo, or team up with your friends. Final Fantasy XIV Online. Play free today.
EVE Online is a vast...
Alright, here comes Jack. So this is my brother who I've taken on this insane journey. Welcome, say hello to the cannibals.
I swear.
This is crazy.
Only white people would do this.
Okay,
in order for us to get our confession, we would first need to make friends with the tribe and find out which one of them is the cannibal.
We're going into the jungle with the tribe. This is absolutely crazy.
We headed even deeper into the jungle, and we were already 3 days from the nearest civilization. We were incredibly alone.
Oh my god, this man has like about a bajillion mosquitoes just feasting on him right now.
And after hours of walking, we finally made it to the camp.
Wow. This is so weird. I don't know what to do now that we're actually here. Uh-oh.
Demi, our guide, told us that the tribe wanted to share some of their food with us, and that we shouldn't refuse.
Whoa. This is cooked so well. Demi, we're back to, oh my gosh. Ew! That kind of freaked me out. It just squirted.
The tribe are known for being excellent hunters, but as we were about to find out, this was the last bit of meat they had.
There is a rule. You cannot touch it without any permission from the chief.
What is this?
Since the chief had invited us over here, I assumed I had permission, but I was wrong.
No.
I'll be honest, I was really confused right now.
Okay, that doesn't sound good. You cannot take it without the chief first. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, the chief can do it.
Food is a luxury within this tribe, and no one eats without the chief's permission.
Don't touch the meat without the chief's permission. And I honestly thought he just presented it to me. That's scary.
And with him taking the first piece of meat, I was finally allowed to take my own.
So this is okay? Caballo? Caballo? Macarito. So I got permission, right? Because I'm eating it right now.
Eating with these two members of the tribe was a very strange experience.
Very nice.
Thank you. More. Thank you.
And it didn't put us at ease knowing that this was the last of their food.
He said, I'll keep him because he's still young. It means when he grew up, they kill him. That's what he said. Oh yeah? Good. So they'll kill him for some reason. Why would they kill the camera guy?
This is the first time we had heard the tribe sounding violent, and we weren't sure if it was a joke or a threat, but for some reason they were taking a liking to Michael, our cameraman. And they just wouldn't stop feeding him.
They really want to fatten you up.
So if I don't want to eat this,
maybe just eat it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, very good.
Michael was feeling pretty uncomfortable, so I tried to wrap up the dinner.
We get some sleep. See everyone in the morning? Cool. Macarena. Thank you. Qué bueno. Alright, Michael. Fatty boy. Okay, nice. Okay, great. Out of here. Thank you. We actually got to think here.
Are you actually worried? I mean, they did seem pretty interested in me. And they are cannibals, so I don't think they're that predictable, you know? Yeah. And where does Demi? Yeah. Why does Demi keep saying, yeah, they seem happy?
He just keeps saying that.
Yeah, Demi is acting weird. But, if you think we're safe, I'll believe it.
I'm confident-ish. I mean, look, they could get us at any point. I don't think they're going to get us at the night. And the jungle was like one of the most, like, best places they could have got us. Okay, we're going to get some sleep and see you in the morning, hopefully.
Augment Code is the best AI coding tool for professional software engineers. They've put a lot of time and effort making a real-time index for your codebase and optimizing it to make it super fast for codebases over 100 million lines. They have amazing integrations with all the popular tools, and you can also install other MCPs for anything else you need. They're one of the first tools to deploy production-ready remote agents that can work in parallel in the background while you do other things. They have a free tier, and you can also try their pro tier for 14 days.
Imagine offering a revolutionary shopping experience where customers unlock a secure, AI-powered refrigerated storefront using just their phone's digital wallet. No lines, no checkouts, just seamless access to the products they want, when they want it. Here's how it works. Morgan walks up and simply scans the QR code on the front of the Smart Mart. She's instantly connected to her digital wallet. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, whatever's on her phone. In a matter of seconds, her wallet is verified and the Smart Mart unlocks, giving her access to everything inside. She opens the door and selects a sandwich, a bag of Lay's chips, and a Diet Coke. But at the last second, she changes her mind and swaps the Diet Coke for a Smart Water. Thanks to our Smart Mart's built-in AI computer vision technology, it tracks her every move, what's taken, what's put back, and calculates everything in real time. Morgan shuts the door and the transaction's complete. No checkout needed. She can confirm it if she wants. But even if she doesn't, the purchase is immediately processed. Her receipt is ready to view on her phone immediately. The total dollar amount, sales tax and all. Smart Marts make the retail experience fast, easy, and contactless. Whether it's snacks, drinks, or fresh food, your customers get frictionless grab-and-go convenience, and you get a business built for the future. Plus, with our built-in...
Waking up on day 2 came with a serious shock for us.
How many people are in his tribe? Maybe 1,000 or 1,000? Yeah. Holy crap.
We were actually surrounded by way more tribespeople than we ever could have imagined.
Where are the rest of them? Yeah, everywhere.
On seeing this, Jack introduced himself to as many of the tribe as he could to show we were friendly.
Jack.
And he seemed to have done a good job, as Demi reported that the tribe seemed to be accepting us.
So they're going to allow us to stay for now. And that's like they're not going to do anything to us, you don't think? That he has to have a discussion on whether we're going to be safe is pretty scary.
It seems they're tolerating us for now, which could allow us to find out which of them is a cannibal.
That was scary. I am sweating so crazy right now. Demi saying that they're like taking us in and that they want to do something with us. And hopefully that's not a spit roast.
Oh my god. Just the whole process of manufacturers was too expensive. Quality was absolute garbage. Getting a sample in 2 months just took way too much time. And it just got to the point where, no, like this is just not affordable. It's not worth it. It's too time consuming. I just thought maybe I should almost just quit at this point. Then I found TapStitch. No minimums, premium blanks, I got my first hoodie sample for under $20 delivered to me in 10 days. Honestly, I couldn't believe how fast and easy it was. And the blank was exactly what I wanted. It was perfect. The fit of it, the fabric, the silhouette, exactly what I imagined, exactly what I wanted for my brand. And it was that moment where I realized my dream can actually turn into a reality. And just like that, I linked my store with Tapstitch. Boom. Dropshipping handled, I don't touch a thing, no packing, no post office runs. They ship straight to my customers, no logistics. That made everything that much easier. With all this time I have on my hand now, I can actually work on campaigns, photo shoot, new drops. Like I can actually build my brand where I want it to be. And with Tapstitch dropping new styles all the time, there's always something for the customers to look forward to. It's all sustainable too. On-demand printing, no landfill waste, eco-friendly everything. It just feels great knowing that my brand isn't trashing the planet. If you got a vision, Tapstitch makes it real. Simple as that. No excuses, no gatekeeping. Just you, your ideas, and your brand that you're actually proud of. Let's build it. Go to tapstitch.com and make your dream brand the simple way.
This is the game changer that everybody has been asking for.
So basically this big button right here in the middle is to generate chords. So let's just go ahead and press it. Ooh. That's fire.
Bruh. Try again. Look at that. Whoa! What was that animation? I've never seen that animation before. Generating this out of nowhere using AI.
So it's that easy to create an amazing chord progression. Okay, so today we're going to be checking out Unison's new plugin called the Chord Genie.
I'm going to show you this new AI-powered plugin that generates chords for you.
I'm not the best at like playing the chords and all of that. When it comes to making a beat, I'm looking for loops, chord generators, 808 generators, all kind of dope stuff, man. So Unison makes it easy for people like me.
You got the Genie right here. You got your chords. You can choose any chord you want, from minor to major.
Then if it's gonna be for 8 bars, play button, drag and drop MIDI, and a download button. It is AI powered. It has endless possibilities. Everything can be generated with just one click.
And if you're already a keyboard player, you can use this also just to get some ideas, and then you could just adjust it on your own afterwards.
All you do is click the button, boom, it's going to generate a chord progression. Let's listen to some of these.
And if you don't like this, you can just come here, change the key, and click another new generation. Yeah, do it, do it.
So let's say you like this preset, what you can do is go ahead and save this fire preset, for example, and then save that, and it will be right here underneath your preset, so you can go back to that if you want to. But that's not all.
The cool thing about this is if you right click any of the chords here, you can actually change the inversion in which it's in. So you want like a sharp 11, a flat 13, major 7, whatever, diminished, augmented, sus, power chord, you name it, you can actually adjust that right here in this plugin. So that's something really cool.
And from here you can drag and drop the MIDI right into your DAW, and look, MIDI's right here ready to go. You can even edit it further to like customize it yourself to make it more like humanized. Let's just say you didn't like one of the chords, so you can click on any one of these things and change it. So these highlighted ones, these are all the ones that are in key. They also have an undo button if you mess up, you can go back. And what's crazy about this is I didn't even realize this at first, but if you go on the top here and scroll down, there's like a whole entire keyboard within the plugin. Like I didn't even realize that at first, but it's crazy. And then if you right click on the grid, you can actually change anything about the grid. You can do an octave up, you can do whatever.
You can then drag and drop that MIDI information directly onto any instrument track that you have, and boom, you got a brand new unique chord that you generated.
This is another thing that you can do. We're going to open up Unison Bass Dragon, which is a whole nother plugin by Unison. And what you can do, we can go over here and put this on Group 1. We can put this on Group 1 as well. Now we can generate a bass line.
That is something I couldn't come up with, honestly. That would be hard for me to come up with.
I wouldn't have made a chord progression like that, and it helps when you're like in a creative rut.
Okay, so every time we're going to start making any instrumental, any beat, sometimes we have beat block. And in order to spark some creativity, I think the Chord Genie is definitely something you can use in order to remove that beat block. It can, spark some chords, do something useful in order for you to get started on a project, because we all know sometimes we just struggle with that beat block, and it just, you just have no ideas at the moment.
I really love this plugin, and I'd say every single producer or artist or somebody that's trying to come up with amazing chord progressions should try this out.
Personally, I would have loved this plugin back when I was first making beats, because I had no idea how to make chord progressions.
And just keep in mind, these are like thousands and thousands of different ideas, because this is all AI generated. It's infinite ideas of chords that can be possible, for sure.
This could be a great tool to help you get started, get your feet wet, or even if you are a producer and you just want some quick chord progression ideas, using the Chord Genie to generate it and even customize the chords is really dope. It's easy, and it just makes production fun.
Make sure to go check it out. The link is in the description.
So if you want to get this plugin, I'm going to leave a link in the top of the description.
Honestly, this plugin feels like a leap forward in the evolution of music production technology, and get amongst it if you don't want to fall behind. So yeah, check out Unison Chord Genie in the description below, and remember me when you're famous.
We didn't know what the tribe wanted from us, but all we knew is that in order to survive, and to find out which of them has been eating people, we would have to do everything they asked of us.
To survive for today or tomorrow in these coming days, we must make sure we follow them. If they ask us to build a house, just do. They don't like you, they will kill you. It's really easily.
Okay, so our survival depends on us literally just doing everything they do and what they say.
Yes. Now, as you can imagine, asking anyone if they're accountable is not going to go down too well.
Do you think they will literally tell an outsider, talk about the cannibalism to an outsider, if we do the right stuff?
I think they want to tell about, because that's a taboo for them. That's really, really impossible to talk. First of all, they have to trust you first. If not, they won't.
Okay. Make things need time. Yeah. So we're trying to speed run it. Speed run, friends with a cannibal. Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's it.
But Demi made sure we were warned.
We don't break the rules. One mistake, then we will be eaten anytime.
Cannibalism is not something they celebrate, it is a dark secret. When the Bausi tribe came into contact with modern civilization in the 1970s, this kind of secret would have become heavily guarded. And so my plan for now is to just observe before I make any moves.
Oh, wow.
And this is when we were introduced to the only food available when there was no meat left.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find. There's something different about owning something almost nobody else has. That's why when Ridge dropped their limited Kintsugi collection, I had to grab one. Inspired by the Japanese art of turning imperfections into golden masterpieces, each Ridge Kintsugi wallet has a completely unique golden etched pattern. Literally one of only 8 exclusive designs. That means the wallet in my pocket right now, you won't see another one exactly like it. It comfortably carries up to 12 cards, some cash, and even has room for an AirTag. Rare, refined, and guaranteed to spark conversation every time I pull it out. With a 99-day risk-free trial, free shipping, and free returns, no wonder Ridge is in the pocket of over 5 million men worldwide. Grab your limited edition Ridge Kintsugi wallet now before they're gone.
I'm Abigail Spanberger, mom to 3 girls in public school. Nothing matters more to me than the safety of all our kids. And as a law enforcement officer, I went after child predators. So it really angers me to hear these lies about who I am. I believe we need to get politics out of our schools and trust parents and local communities. As a mom and as your governor, I will be focused on making our schools the best in the nation.
Spanberger for governor. Service. Country. Commonwealth.
And it was pretty disgusting.
Wow. It's so dry. What is this? Sagu.
Sagu is a tree. We are literally eating trees right now.
Where's the food in the tree? In the trunk or on top? In the trunk. This is crazy.
No, you can just eat a tree.
Without meat, the tribe clearly have to resort to some strange things to eat, which made the current lack of food pretty concerning.
We learned to poison little cricket grasshoppers and then eat those later.
This is a mosquito net, by the way. The mosquitoes in this area carry malaria, and there's a lot of them.
Dunking its face into poison.
And it's eating it.
I don't want to eat that.
But the most disturbing food they ate was the Papuan glue.
This looks like gunk, man.
Powder extracted from the tree is soaked in swamp water and pressed through a cloth before being left out to dry for days, forming a glue-like substance called sago.
Yeah, this is a new food. Papuan people survived with this for 3 months.
Which we all thought was a pile of glue.
This looks so weird. So this is what the tree turns into.
After having witnessed the conditions it was made in, I didn't want to eat this, but refusing to eat their food could be seen as disrespectful. I had no other choice.
Not very nice. Oops. Yeah, it's definitely a bit weird, man. You wanna try it?
Gloopy gloopy.
Oh, come on. Brother, eat it. Eat them.
No. Well, you should try it.
Big bite. That was a big bite. I'm quite sure how
Even Demi was struggling.
Which is literally glue.
Yeah, I might actually throw up.
With food dangerously low, the chief ordered the group to go hunting. We were instructed to take part. As we left camp, the mood was tense. It was clear everyone was hungry. Failure to find any food could mean the tribe go hungry, which could put us in some serious danger. And after hours of traveling, we finally saw something.
Something is reflecting. They think they see a crocodile. I see it moving. It's moving, it's moving. Wow, there it is, there it is.
He's getting something ready, it looks like.
Hawk is going around the spear. He's trying to throw a spear at this thing. Get ready, get ready.
As you can imagine, hunting crocodiles is extremely difficult.
I see this, yeah.
Any sudden movement could scare the creature, causing it to flee and ruining our chances. We would only get one shot.
Did you get it? That was vicious. That was vicious. Did you miss it? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. God damn it.
Having failed to catch a crocodile, we headed back to camp with no food.
Okay, that's right. That's what we've got.
And as we headed into the third day of camp, it was clear tensions were rising.
What do you think? What do you think of that, Michael?
We're just 6 hours deep and I don't even know where we are.
As after our unsuccessful trip yesterday, the tribe weren't happy with us.
They kind of just left us here, as if we're not really important anymore. One or two of them were looking at us.
Yeah. That's weird.
Good fun.
Okay.
Good fun, really.
Yeah. Let's hope we're okay.
Just go with the flow. Pick yourself up if the mood gets low. Sometimes chill, take it slow. Any bad vibes, hit the road. Hit the road. Any bad vibes, hit the road.
It was clear something was off, and so I brought our concerns to Demi.
How many times have you met these guys?
Almost 7, yeah, but I cannot speak their language, only Macarilo.
So how do they understand you?
Because I'm black.
Yes.
I'm the same.
That's racist.
Although we're laughing, this doesn't seem to be the entire truth.
Well, you're lying though. You can talk to them. You're able to talk to them, right?
Just one word that is easy for me to communicate with them is Makarido.
Okay, but are you speaking another language that they seem to understand?
My own language, from Highland language.
Demi communicates with the tribe with a mix of Indonesian and his own tribal language. Demi actually grew up in another tribe in Papua, and he wasn't introduced to modern civilization until he was 14 years old.
Are you even safe? Because don't they kill and eat other tribes?
Not feel safe before.
Sorry?
I'm not feel safe.
Okay. Will they eat me before they eat you?
Jesus, they already eat black meat, black flesh, but they want to try something from white stuff.
Okay, and if not,
they never tried yet.
I definitely still had some questions about Demi, and with us being so insanely far from help, it was pretty scary. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, Saily.
So Saily is an eSIM company that can get you eSIMs worldwide and even here in the most remote parts of Indonesia. Getting an eSIM when you're traveling is always a smart decision. So Saily has access to over 180 countries for eSIMs and over 8 different regions. So you can contact your family, you can download TikTok, and you can have a lot of fun. It's an incredibly affordable way of staying connected when you're abroad. It is extremely handy, and we use eSIMs when we're traveling all the time. They have a wide range of different data packages, so you can go pretty low end if you're not going to use much data, or you can go super mega 10 gigabytes plus if you feel like you're going to be using a lot of internet. You can basically download an eSIM once for the country that you're in, and then keep that SIM every time you want to use it. And if you do have any troubles and your eSIM isn't compatible with your phone, Saily will give you a full refund, so there's no worry about trying this out.
So if you want to check out Saily for yourself, use code DARTAV for 15% off all data plans. And thank you to Saily for sponsoring the video. And so now it's time for us to learn something about our guide, which we were not expecting.
So your dad was a cannibal. You grew up in a cannibal tribe.
I grew up in Highland. Yali was the tribe's name.
So the Yali tribe are still cannibals?
They used to.
Before filming, we had known about the history of Demi's father. But Demi had one massive surprise about himself.
So, have you ever eaten human? No? You sure?
Definitely not. My father told me. Every time my father already peace with, already know the Christianity when I was born.
I'm not sure what led me to ask this next question, but it changed everything.
And would you ever like to eat human?
Me? Who?
Yeah, would you?
Just like my father told me, that's really good taste. That's what he told me.
So to just get this straight, you would like to try human?
Definitely yes.
Okay.
I want to try.
That's crazy.
I think I taste Western, I don't know, woman or man. Women will never kill, but man, anybody.
So that's basically us.
Yeah, you guys. Basically you guys.
This was an insanely disturbing thing to learn, so I brought Demi away from the tribe to talk in private, but things only got more disturbing.
We know one of these guys is a cannibal. And who is it? Who's the cannibal? Okay, I know who it is.
And well, it was this guy, the elder of the tribe. He's the father of the chief, and looks to call a lot of the shots himself. And that's when an order came in from him, for me.
So the tribe have invited me to go hunting with them right over on the other side of the river. I don't know what we're hunting, but I've been handed a machete and I'm just going to do whatever I can do. And I kind of don't know what's going on right now, to be honest.
It's okay, I'll say we catch something.
With us failing to bring home food the other night, the tribe was starting to get hungry. The meat from 2 nights ago had been devoured by the entire tribe, and so we had to catch something.
the tabs you open here are also here. Choose Chrome to share tabs across devices.
Okay, here we are.
We had no idea why they had brought us here. I just had hope that it wasn't us that were the prey.
So what if this is just a massive ruse to just lure us deep into the jungle, then to just kill us and eat us? He's got a machete, he's got a bow. He's also doing this weird whistle. So we're following this guy, but there's a few of them around that we can't see. We can just about hear their whistling. Alright guys, don't get lost. This will be very, very bad.
But as we trekked deeper into the forest, we began to feel uneasy.
We're like definitely lost already, you know? Imagine we had to find our way back now. We have no idea.
How does he know where he's going?
I don't think he does know where he's going. I think he's hunting right now.
Even Demi seemed a bit shaken.
I also forgot where is the direction of the place we stay, our camp.
I have no idea. We're completely lost.
We had no other choice but to follow the tribesmen deeper into the forest. And then... the dogs had found something.
Holy crap, the dogs are on top of it.
The dogs had cornered our pig.
The dogs have absolutely ripped it apart. That's terrifying.
The tribe were celebrating. They had found their food for tonight, and we were just glad it wasn't us.
These dogs are scary. They were cute looking dogs a while ago, now they look like snarling beasts. This is insane. This is insane. Oh my god. I have a feeling like that is a good omen, that they caught a pig with us within an hour. That's crazy.
I think you are good luck.
Don't exactly know how I feel about that, but I think it's a good sign.
They began to tie up the pig, ready to be carried to the boat.
I can't believe what I just saw.
You are the eyewitness of the way the Bauchi tribe go hunting.
Yeah.
This is when I saw an opportunity to gain their trust.
Can I help carry or something? Oh my god.
But I had no idea what I had just signed up for.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is insane.
Words can't describe the sheer weight of the animal on my back, but dropping their food was not an option.
This hurts. Oh. Oh. This is crazy. Oh my god. I never thought I'd be in a jungle carrying a dead pig on my back. I just want to do whatever actually makes them trust me. If it has to be this, so be it, I guess. But this is wild.
After 45 minutes of trekking through the forest, we reached the river bank, where I could finally remove the carcass from my back.
Every video I make, I say, that was the most intense video. This is the most intense video I've ever made. Holy crap.
I'm trying to make the most insane videos on YouTube, so subscribe now and help me get to 1 million subscribers. And after willingly carrying the pig, the mood towards us from the tribe took a complete turn.
I think carrying it was definitely the right move.
They were very happy with you there.
Really?
They were very happy with you.
Okay, that's very good.
Yeah.
Let's not die.
Really happy. Nice. Okay,
nice. He's happy. He's delighted.
It suddenly felt like we had a chance of achieving the goal we had come all this way for.
We were definitely a step closer to being able to talk to the guy about cannibalism. And this went so stupidly good. It's insane. Woo!
That's clean. Sort of clean, a little bit understated. We're going to start with this. Okay, I love this. Let's try and find a pattern. Oh my goodness! Okay, we're cooking on gas here. I like this bit here. Want to keep this going? Okay, but let's make it atmospheric. Let's add a pan to it. Faster. Let's see what vocals we've got in this pack. What is that delay doing? Wow. The energy here is crazy. Have we got time for one last thing? Maybe a top layer?
It really felt like we were being accepted by the chief, but there was just one person we needed to see this.
So the chief doesn't look too happy. Oh. Okay, the chief doesn't actually look that happy. Yeah, he looks dry. No, he didn't look at the chin. He didn't even look at it. I guess he didn't see what I did. Okay, hopefully they tell him. Okay, where can I clean myself?
Carrying the pig did not have the effect we thought it would. Back in camp, we felt more unwelcome than ever before. The tribe took the pig away to prepare for themselves, while we gathered at the edge of camp alone.
Big brother. This is a fried gloop gloop, and it's got a few goodies in there if you can see that.
This is sagworms.
That's right, we're eating worms mixed into fried gloop gloop all by ourselves.
Oh, bottoms up, guys.
Don't throw it, please. Just I'm fine. I'm gonna just make yourself happy.
I'm making myself so happy right now, Danny. It's exhausting eating this dry gloop gloop and the maggots. Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. This is way better than just plain old gloop gloop. This is the best gloop gloop I've ever had in my life.
Having already spent so much time with the tribe, observing their culture, and doing everything in my power to gain their trust, I was still at a loss of what to do. That was until this.
You want to give some?
Yeah.
Too much more? Want to eat that?
Feeding the cannibal worms was not on my bucket list.
Oh, he's the whole thing.
But here we were. And it was beautiful.
Oh, you're going to take the whole thing? If you want to. Want the whole thing? Oh, he loves it. You just stole my whole meal.
Sharing the worms made me realize something. This whole time, we were trying to partake in the tribe's culture. But friendship should be a two-way street. It was time to show them our culture.
So are you recording? Okay, so Demi, if you don't mind telling the guys that I've got a few interesting things from home that are part of my culture that I would like to show them.
They seem very interested.
They don't seem too interested.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked on PC with Google Play Games. Unlock bigger screens and better controls, so you can ascend towards Asgard. Go play on PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
They're like surprised. Are you sure? I'm now very unsure about this bit, Danny.
I thought I'd start with one of my favorite daily activities.
So this is floss. It's one of the greatest inventions mankind has ever made.
This might seem like it comes out of absolutely nowhere, but honestly, I just love flossing my teeth.
And so I rabbit, and I floss, and it feels so good. Would anyone like to try this one?
It looked like we were starting off with a very cold audience.
Listerine. This freshens the breath, but this stuff is like some black magic kick up your ass for breath smelling. Would anyone else like to have a fresh mouth? Just a small bit.
That's quite a lot.
Oh God. He likes it? Does anyone else want to try it? It's good? Yeah? This is called an Oreo. Everyone loves this back home. People are obsessed with this thing. Kinder Egg. Have any of you guys ever seen this? This is one of the most revered sweets of all time. Who would like to try it? Okay. Alright, I'll come around. Yeah, she's definitely a bit more afraid to eat this. She seems way more suspicious right now. No. Yeah. Whoa! There's the toys. I don't think they want to eat it. They don't have to. And you can scoop it like this, or whatever you want. You like one? You want to get ready for this reaction, okay? Right. So before they try, make sure they know this is probably going to be the most sour thing they've ever tasted. Get that into some. Hell yeah. Would you like it? They're definitely lying.
Yeah, they're lying. They're lying.
Yes. Does this have any like medicinal purposes, or this is just like I'm really thirsty, I'm just going to drink a bottle?
Yes, when you're thirsty, you just drink it.
Wow. He holds it like a real man. I could show them a dance. They're the most polite cannibals you could ever find.
Honestly, this is a very intense thing to look at.
Nice one, Michael. Don't stick your tongue out like that. No, you don't like it? Ah, I want it. That's nice.
Please don't eat me!
Margarito! Margarito! ¿Qué mano? Yes! Macarino! Macarino! Yes! Michael, get in there and shake his hand. Ah, he's hugging us all! Ah, nice, that's so cool. Thank you. Okay, Vital. Woo! That's fun. Where's Denny when you need him? Oh my God. We got it in the back. That's obviously a very good sign, right?
Yeah,
he was very happy. He actually hugged all of us.
You make friends now, slowly, get to know them, then they got to know you. That's really good.
Right, so do you think, would you mind asking him then if we can talk to him some point today about his past life?
Yeah, we will ask him.
Okay.
I hope he can tell about everything about his past life.
Yeah.
Introducing Gemini in Gmail, AI that thoughtfully summarizes conversations and helps craft professional responses so you can stay ahead of that never-ending inbox. Make emailing the easiest part of your day with Gemini for Google Workspace.
After spending 3 days with the Bausi tribe, learning their culture and integrating into their way of life, we were finally granted an interview. They marked me with their tribal paint, accepting me, and brought me to their elder.
Please thank him for his hospitality and allowing us to come in and see his culture.
Now that we were here, I would do my best to see would the Bausi tribe officially confess to their cannibalistic past.
He said, I will come you, I accept you, and you are part of my mind.
Okay. So if he doesn't mind, I would love to ask him some questions about the darker, violent past of the Bausi tribe.
It was very common for tribes in this area to be at war with each other in the 1980s, and so for tribe members before this, it would have been very common to have killed someone.
He's happy to explain his part of mind to you.
So I guess my first question then is, has he ever had to kill someone?
When I was younger, me and my family members took part in it. We killed people from other tribes. When I was young, I joined with my parents and we killed.
Some tribes during these tribal wars were known to also eat their victims, and as mentioned, the Bausi tribe was rumored to be one of these.
Has he been in many tribal wars?
Although it's not caught on camera, the rest of the tribe started to gather to watch our conversation, and they were listening very intently to what was being said.
When I was younger, I was involved, but now there are no more tribal wars.
I then took my shot and asked about cannibalism.
Have you ever eaten a human?
As you can tell, Demi seemed pretty nervous about asking this question and started talking to the rest of the tribe. Just remember, this is a very taboo topic, and the tribe are very unwilling to admit to it.
I have killed in the past, but I have never eaten human flesh. Okay, he killed human, but he didn't eat.
In front of me and with the camera on, it seemed the elder would not say yes. So I tried shifting tactic.
Has anyone in his tribe eaten human?
Demi, obviously nervous with the tribe around, took an indirect approach to asking.
In the past, we would kill people and leave them to rot. The wild animals would eat them. We do not eat them.
wild boars would eat them.
Tribes here, they don't kill. Sorry, they don't eat human flesh. They just kill and then just leave it, and then the wild pigs eat them. But the Highlanders, Highland of the Bausi tribe, they eat.
However, I kept pressing Demi to keep going.
So, I thought you said one of them eats human, no?
That's like, he still not wanted to do it because it's like something taboo, I think. But before he told me about this.
Demi had told me that the elder had admitted it earlier that day.
Paus kali macam dulu di antara yang suku-suku di daerah Bausi bagian di sini kan hanya bunuh baru tertinggal itu, tapi bagian gunung itu mereka makan, makan orang. Iya, bagian gunung. Kalau bagian gunung.
Okay, I don't think he wants to talk about it anymore.
The Bausi tribe does not consume human flesh. The Sailate and Burate tribes eat human flesh. The Sailate and Burate tribes are cannibals.
They eat human flesh. But these people just kill and then they eat them.
The tribe seemed happy to call out cannibalism in the other tribes, but they were protecting themselves.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Okay. But the Bausi have then never done that?
Not at all.
Getting them to admit it was proving difficult. I'm still an outsider, and we've got cameras.
Are you sure he's in eating human? Are you lying to us?
He may be lying. Alright, so it's harder to get it out of them than I thought.
He's a cannibal. He told, I kill and I eat human. That's what he told us. Okay. And I still remember. It means this guy is still keeping the secrecy.
I thought at this point we had completely failed in our mission, but as soon as it looked like we cut our cameras, we actually caught footage we were never expecting. The following footage is a professionally translated conversation between Demi and a member of the Bausi tribe. They were not aware the camera was recording.
Masih belum, lagi. Bukan. Nanti macam dia mau syuting itu mereka memang benar-benar bunuh baru yang mereka bilang kanibal itu berarti kalau setelah bunuh makan. Dan dia bilang itu bunuh betul, tapi waktu itu dia makan atau tidak itu yang tidak diceritakan seperti yang baru-baru di bawah pohon itu.
Buku makan itu. Makasih.
Thunderous applause, earth-shaking cheers. They once moved millions with courage, hopes, and dreams. And their stories continue to inspire. Ngungusu, Great Derby,